How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And Cowboys Nation, I gotta talk to you guys real quick about things needing to get better. And I know that I'm preaching to the choir when I say it, but things need to get better. People need to do better. And that starts from the top down, like I always say. So Jerry and Stephen Jones in the front office, y'all need to do better. The coaching staff that we've put together and accumulated for this iteration of the Dallas Cowboys, they have to do better than Mike McCarthy. The player personnel, whether it's Dak Prescott all the way down to the Water Boys, they got to do better. But most importantly, Cowboys Nation, we have to do better. And I'm going to talk about that more during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
Cowboys Nation, I've been thinking as of late, what is going on with the Dallas Cowboys fans? What's going on with Cowboys Nation? Every time I get on social media, I see somebody within Cowboys Nation that is degrading the players, that's degrading the personnel for the team that we root for. I'm constantly seeing posts about Dak Prescott and how he ain't it and how we need to get rid of him. I continuously see posts of Micah Parsons and how people hate Micah Parsons' podcast and how we can get a king's ransom for him if we just trade him. I see ill words for CeeDee Lamb. But one thing that I don't see is the ill words for the people that's responsible for this team not making it to a championship game within the last 30 years. It seems like there's a select few content creators that will go toe-to-toe and blow for blow calling out Jerry Jones, but you got a lot of content creators out there that are making their money off of YouTube by degrading and talking down on the Dallas Cowboys. I ain't gonna mention no names. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all go ahead and get y'all bag. But I ain't on that gravy train. I'm on the train of propping up our players. I'm on the train of being a fan. So I want to be there 150% on the bandwagon for the Dallas Cowboys. Whether we are 0-17 or 17-0, I'm going to remain DC for life. And I wish a lot of the Cowboys fans would do the same. Each and every conversation that I have, Cowboys Nation, each and every conversation that I have about Dak Prescott, I always have some Dallas Cowboys fans saying that he ain't it. Let's rewind the clock a little bit. Even when Tony Romo was here, when Tony Romo was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, there was fans out there that were calling him Tony Ono, that were calling him Tony Homo, that was degrading him for having Jessica Simpson at the game, treating him like Patrick Mahomes whenever you have Taylor Swift at the games for the Kansas City Chiefs. They were treating Tony Romo bad. And now that Dak Prescott is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, people praise Tony Romo as if he was the greatest quarterback in the NFL, not realizing that they had all the smoke that they have for Dak Prescott, they had for Tony Romo back when Romo was the quarterback. Some Dallas Cowboys fans go off this false narrative from the Jones family that it's excellence within the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry to tell you, Cowboys Nation, if it was excellence, we would be around the rim of the Super Bowl, not around the rim of the playoffs. If it was excellent, we would be players in free agency. If it was excellent, we would be hitting on our draft picks 1 through 4 instead of only having 1 through 3, and a 4th round pick goes to a trade that we made previously. Damn, Cowboys Nation. It just boggles my mind to see the fans of the Dallas Cowboys going on social media and degrading our players, calling Micah Parsons Casper Parsons because he doesn't show up in playoff games. Nobody wants to take into consideration Jerry and Stephen Jones. Nobody wants to let all their anger and frustration out on the people that sign the checks, that bring the players to this organization. Nobody wants to give the business to the person that created this culture, that created this philosophy for the Dallas Cowboys. It's not a player on this team. It's not Micah Parsons because he has a podcast. It's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the orchestrator for this bullshit from the Dallas Cowboys. Since Jerry Jones has bought this team, yes, we won Super Bowls, but Jerry Jones was able to capitalize off of a team that Jimmy Johnson put together. And now that we have the salary cap and things of that nature, Jerry Jones doesn't know how to build a Super Bowl winning team. Jerry Jones doesn't know how to build a Super Bowl contending team. Because if we have the player personnel, we don't have the coaches. If we have the coaches, we're lacking on the player personnel situations. People want to talk about last year in the Green Bay debacle. People want to talk about, oh, y'all had superstars on your team. Why were we missing linebackers last year? Why were we playing hybrid safeties in the linebacker position? If we had such a great squad and we weren't missing any type of people, why were we doing that? Why didn't we have a great run game if we had superstars on our side? I'm sorry, but if you consider Tony Pollard a superstar, you might as well consider Rico Dowdle a superstar as well, because he got around the same yardage as Tony Pollard last year. That had nothing to do with the player personnel. That had nothing to do with the coaches, because Dan Quinn was asking for Bobby Wagner last year. He was asking for Bobby Wagner 2 years ago, and Jerry and Stephen Jones said no. So how is that on the players? How is that on Dak Prescott? How is that on Micah Parsons? Micah Parsons is out right now fighting the good fight for Oso Odighizuwa and Chauncey Golston to be reclaimed for the Dallas Cowboys roster this year. Give him an extension. Give him a new contract so that we could go into the 2025 season and beyond with some continuity, Cowboys Nation. But no, I don't know if Jerry Jones is going to do it. And the thing is, we're not going to blame Jerry Jones, or at least I know I'm going to blame Jerry Jones, but a lot of Cowboys fans will not blame Jerry Jones. They'll sit here and they'll say, oh, you had a squad. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys had a squad this year. Why couldn't they get it done? Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. That front office needs to do some changing, Cowboys Nation. But Cowboys Nation needs to do some changing as well. You see, Cowboys Nation, I consider myself a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I consider myself a ride or die fan for the Dallas Cowboys. It's DC for life over here. When I say DC for life, I mean it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no jumping off the bandwagon for a team that's actually winning Super Bowls. I'm going to stick here with my Dallas Cowboys until they get a Super Bowl. And if they don't get a Super Bowl within my lifetime, hopefully I'm looking from above saying, how about them Cowboys? But I wish everybody in Cowboys Nation had that enthusiasm. I wish everybody in Cowboys Nation knew how to stick together. I wish people in Cowboys Nation could all come together and voice one voice to tell Jerry Jones that he needs to tighten the hell up, that he needs to make a change, because if a change is not made this year, we know exactly where it's coming from. If Oso Odighizuwa is able to walk out and end up with the Washington Commanders or the Philadelphia Eagles, we know who to blame. If DeMarcus Lawrence is able to walk out and go with the Washington Commanders or the Philadelphia Eagles, we know who to blame. But the thing is, are we going to blame them? Or are we just going to sit back and say that it's Dak Prescott's fault? Or are we going to sit back and say it's because Micah Parsons had a podcast? And another thing, Cowboys Nation, we need to get off the talks of trading Micah Parsons. The 3 and 4 letter networks are doing this work for us. We don't need to do this, because the more that we continue to talk about it, the more we stick it in Jerry and Stephen Jones's minds. The more we continue to talk about it, the more it's going to be an issue going into the 2025 season, especially if Micah Parsons doesn't get his check before training camp starts. So I'm saying right here and right now, Cowboys Nation, we need to put an end to the narrative. We need to stop pushing this narrative that Micah Parsons need to be traded, because Micah Parsons doesn't need to be traded. He is the best defensive player that we have currently right now. He is the best addition to the defensive players that are on this team. If Micah Parsons is getting doubled and tripled, that leaves somebody else open to get pressure on the quarterback. If Micah Parsons is an off-ball linebacker and they're focusing on him, that leaves 10 other guys that are open to be able to stop the run or to be able to make a play. This whole entire defense is not Micah Parsons, but he is a leader on the defense, and we should be playing up to his standard. You know what I'm saying? So can we really put this narrative to bed with Micah Parsons? Can we sit here and appreciate the superstars that we do have instead of putting them down all the damn time, saying that they not it, saying that we'll never win a championship with this said player? Because I'm a fine believer in putting stuff up in the air, Cowboys Nation. I'm a fine believer in talking things into existence. So if you're saying that we're never going to make it to the Super Bowl, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. So instead of talking negativity, how about we speak these players up? Instead of talking negativity on Brian Schottenheimer, how about we speak this man up? How about we talk our victories? How about we talk our future into existence instead of talking about, oh, we ain't gonna make it. Oh, we gonna lose with this. Oh, man, we ain't gonna make it to a Super Bowl with that player or with this player. Have some positivity. Have some positivity and stop sounding so damn entitled, Cowboys Nation, because it feels like Cowboys Nation feels that the Dallas Cowboys should be in the Super Bowl every single year. And if we're not in contention for the Super Bowl, we're bitching, we're complaining, we're crying, we're moaning, we're blaming the players when we know you gotta aim for the head, not the body. But Cowboys Nation, the reason why I'm so animated, the reason why I said that there needs to be change is because another future Hall of Famer has left this damn team and has not been compensated with a ring. Zach Martin is leaving this team. He is retiring this year, and we don't have a ring to give him. Tyron Smith left the Dallas Cowboys and went to the New York Jets, and we didn't have a ring to compensate him with. Been with the team for years and don't have a ring to compensate him with. Things got to change, Cowboys Nation. Things have to change. And I'm a type of person that I wouldn't ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. So I'm not going to ask Jerry and Stephen Jones. I'm not going to ask Brian Schottenheimer and his crew. I'm not going to ask the player personnel to change if I'm not willing to change. If I'm not willing to go to bat for the Dallas Cowboys all the time, every time, why should I feel that the Dallas Cowboys should go to bat for the fan base? But Cowboys Nation, I love you guys to death. I love talking to you guys. I love building with you guys. I love talking Dallas Cowboys content with you guys. For those classy Cowboys content creators that are out there that's busting their ass trying to bring Cowboys Nation some of this quality, classy Cowboys content, I love you guys. I love the way that everybody builds, but we have those bad apples in the bunch that continue to spoil the bunch. I believe Jay Tuck said it. You have those zombies out there that will, oh, Dak ain't it. Oh, we got to trade Michael Parsons. Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence, he ain't a leader. Oh, he's weighing us down. You have those zombies that'll go out there and bite other Cowboys fans and infect them with the negativity. We don't need to be negative, Cowboys Nation. I know it's been 30 years since we've made it to a Super Bowl, but we don't need to be negative. You being negative is taking the enjoyment out of the NFL experience for you. And every year, it's the same thing. I see this cycle on social media. It's the exact same thing for the people that just speak negativity about the Dallas Cowboys who are Cowboys fans. You start during the offseason. If they don't make the moves that you want them to make, you get mad and you try to bring the Dallas Cowboys down and bring other fans down with you. If they don't draft the players that you want them to draft, you try to bring other Dallas Cowboys fans down with you. If they don't get players in free agency, you try to bring other Dallas Cowboys fans down with you. That's some bullshit, Cowboys Nation. That is some bullshit. And the reason why I say that we need to change, because I know that Cowboys Nation is better than that. I know the people in Cowboys Nation loves this team to death. It's DC for life. They bleed silver and blue. But we got to make sure that our team is taken care of as far as fandom goes. We got the 3 and 4 letter networks that are dissing our team. We got Philly fans. We got 49ers fans, Green Bay fans. Anybody that's not a Dallas Cowboy fan, they're dissing our Dallas Cowboys. We don't need to add to it, Cowboys Nation. We don't need to add stories that the 3 and 4 letter networks can just roll with. Michael Parsons, you don't need to do that either. But anyway, we don't need to be negative in order to be negative. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be negative because we have a hell of a lot more negativity from other people. We don't need it from Cowboys Nation. So this is why I say that Cowboys Nation needs to step up and we need to change. This 2025 season, we need to be there for our Dallas Cowboys players. If you have an issue with Jerry Jones, let it be known. Don't sit on your hands. Don't zip your mouth shut, because if you zip your mouth shut and Jerry doesn't make the moves, then you're going to be pissed off again. So we need to apply the pressure when it comes to Jerry Jones. If you feel that something needs to change in this organization, and I believe that the core philosophy needs to change in this organization before they worry about anything that has to do with the culture. If they could change the core philosophy and the way that this team conducts business, Cowboys Nation can do a little bit of changing as well. So don't take this video as me being negative or me talking down on the Dallas Cowboys fans, because I love you guys and gals to death. I just know that we can do better. We have better within us. Yeah, you're going to have some of these little haters out there, but screw them. We can do better. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but I had to get that off my chest real quick. Seeing Zach Martin leave this team and leaving this team without a ring, I got to apply more pressure on Jerry and Stephen Jones, because it's not the players. And a lot of Cowboys fans will put it on the players. But what do you think? Do you think it's the players, or do you think it's the front office? Y'all know how we do it. We always talk about it in the comment section. But if you're digging this content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. We are trying to get to 10K and I need your help in doing it. So please, by all means, share, comment, and like. If you're DC for life and can't wait for the 2025 offseason to start, see who we get in this free agency process, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, draft coverage, or Madden 25 or college football 25 gameplay. To them fans out there that are holding the Dallas Cowboys down no matter whether we win or we lose, to them content creators that hold the Dallas Cowboys down no matter whether we win or we lose, to everybody that holds Cowboys Nation down, from the players to the coaches, salute. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.